Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Link Preferred. My name is Linda. Today I am recreating or redrafting my basic bodice pattern, and I decided to share this with you guys. If this is what you are interested in learning how to do, please keep on watching. Okay, as you can see, I drew a straight line across there, which is going to be my starting point and also my shoulder line. My measurement is going to start from that line all the way down. I'm going to start by taking all my vertical measurements first before any other thing. So I'm going to place my tape on that very line because it is my shoulder line. So from that line, I'm going to go down by 10 inches, which is my bust point. I'll also go down by 16 inches, which is my waist line. So from that shoulder line again, I'll go down by 24 inches, which is my hip line. You don't have to be confused here. I only marked out from my shoulder to my bust point, my shoulder to my waistline, and my shoulder to my hip line. So I'm going to be transferring these points over to the other side to get a straight line. So I'll place my tape there. I'm going to go down by 10 inches for my bust point, 16 inches for my waistline, and then 24 inches for my hip line. Then I'm going to connect with a straight line. Okay, so this is my shoulder line, this is my bust point or my bust line, this is my waist line, and then this is my hip line. Okay, I'm going to divide my shoulder measurement into two. My shoulder measurement is 14 inches. I'm going to divide 14 inches by 2, which is 7 inches. I'm going to mark 7 inches of my shoulder line this way. Okay, so from that very point, I'm going to go down by 1 inch. You can decide to go down by 3/4 of an inch. It is totally up to you. So I'll go down by 1 inch there to create my shoulder slope. You all know that our shoulder is not really straight, so the shoulder slope is necessary. So for the neck width, I'm going in by 3 inches, and then for my neck depth, I'm going to go down by 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to be connecting these 2 points together to create my neck line, just like that. So now you see this point here, this very point, I'm going to connect it back to the neck width point. I'm going to mark a straight line there to connect it back to the neck width point, just like that. Now I'm going to be marking my armhole measurement. So another way to do this is to divide your bust circumference by 6 and then add 1.5 to it. Okay, or you can decide to take your armhole circumference and then divide it by 2. As for me, mine is 8 inches. I'm going to go down from that shoulder line. I'm going to mark 8 inches there, and then I'm going to connect a straight line this way. I'm going to connect the 2 points together like this. When that is done, I'm going to mark a straight line from that very point across, just like that. Just follow up what I'm doing. It is very simple. Okay, so I'm going to mark a straight line this way. So this line now is going to be my chest line. So I'm going to quickly label that my chest line. Next, I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurement by 2 and mark it on my bust line. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4. So I'm going to mark 4 inches on my bust line. I'm also going to mark the same 4 inches on my hip line this way. Okay, I'll go ahead and mark 4 inches there, and I'm going to be connecting these 2 points together with a straight line. Okay, from that point, I'm going to go down by 1 inch because this is where my dart is going to start from. I'm trying to create my dart right now, and then from the other point, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. Okay, and this is where my dart is going to end. Okay, so now on this my waistline, I'm going to take half of an inch on both sides of the line. I'll take half inch on both sides of that line. Okay, as you can see, we have 4 points to connect together. So I'm going to be connecting these 4 points together like this. Now I've created my dart. I'm going to divide my bust circumference by 4, and then I'm going to add 0.5 to it because of ease. Okay, so I'm going to divide my bust circumference by 4 plus 0.5, and then I'm going to mark it on my chest line. Then I'll go ahead and divide my waist circumference by 4 plus 0.5. I'm going to mark it on my waist line. All right. I'll also do the same on my hip line. I'll divide my hip circumference by 4 plus 0.5. I'm going to mark it on my hip line. So now I'm going to be connecting these 3 points together. Remember, we took in 1 inch on the waistline for that, right? So if you're cutting on your fabric and you want to add that to your dress, you're going to take back that 1 inch. Don't forget this. Take back that 1 inch and add it to your waist measurement. All right. If not, then ignore it. If you're not adding that to your dress or whatever thing you're making, you ignore it. But if you're adding that, you have to take it back. Okay. Back to the armhole, I'm going to get the midpoint of my armhole measurement. I'm going to get the midpoint. Okay, so this is the midpoint here. So from that point, I'm going to go in by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, I'm going to mark 3/4 of an inch there, or 0.5 there. So I'm going to connect these 3 points together, okay, to create my armhole curve. The next thing I want to do is to add my side dart or bust dart, but this part you can decide to ignore it. You see this measurement here from my chest line to my waistline, that measurement there, I'm going to mark it. So I am trying to get the midpoint, okay, of that line. Okay, so this is the midpoint here from my chest line to my waistline. Okay, so this is the midpoint. So I'm going to mark a straight line from that very point back to the nipple to nipple point this way. Okay, so from that end, I'm going to go in by 1 inch. This is where my dart is going to start from. I'm going to go in by 1 inch for my side dart or bust dart. Okay, so after that, on this very point here, I'm going to take 1/2 of an inch on both sides of the line. I'm going to mark 1/2 of an inch on both sides of the line, and then I'm going to connect it back to that point to create my side dart. And again, remember, if you're adding side dart to your dress, you know this is 1 inch now, right? If you take away this 1 inch, it is going to affect your other measurement. So always remember to add back that 1 inch on your measurements. Okay, if you're taking 1 inch here, always remember to add 1 inch. Okay, down there on your hip line, you add extra 1 inch there and then connect back. It's very simple. So basically, this is how to draft the basic bodice pattern. Okay, this is the front panel. So the only difference between this and the back panel is the neckline of the back, which is 1.5 inches or 1 inch, and then the zipper allowance. And then for the armhole part, you know, we went in by 3/4 of an inch, but for the back panel, you don't have to put it. It is not necessary. You just have to cover your armhole like that for the back. Okay, basically this is how to draft the basic bodice pattern. It is very, 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 very simple. So now you can decide to go ahead and add your 1/2 of an inch sewing allowance. I am not going to add that here. I'll just cut it out this way. I'll do that when I'm cutting on my fabric. Okay, so I'll quickly cut out this shape just the way I marked everything out. So thank you guys for watching this video. See you in my next one. Bye.